All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
What is this, episode 6?
Is it?
I think it's episode
Jeez.
6.
It's been going by so fast.
No way is it episode 6.
M as in moron, Otis? No, it's N. Oh, N as in Neanderthal. Nincompoop. Nitwit.
It might be episode 5. No. Last week
It is
was
episode
5.
6.
Yeah.
It's 6.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And Otis, by the way, the next time, put my robe on after I'm out of the pool.
Hey, all geeks, gamers, and everything in between. My name's Bailey.
I'm McKenna,
And I'm Kaden, and welcome to the Hyperfixnation podcast.
where we talk movies, video games, and TV.
So join us and let's get into it.
Welcome to episode 6 of the Hyperfixnation podcast. Woo! Today we are going to be talking about Superman 1 and 2,
Yes.
along with some movie news and some, it's the usual, like every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Friday the 13th movie.
Oh,
It's not
yeah.
confirmed, but I mean, when New Line Cinema, the people who make all the Friday the 13th movies, tweet an image of Jason Voorhees trying to attempt to text New Line as a little bit right after the Friday the 13th licensing has been resolved, I think we're gonna get it. I think that's
it's
on the horizon.
Yeah, I think it's just a very, very early announcement of it. Hey, we're making a new one, just so you know.
And it's not like it takes a long time to make horror movies. They started Scream 6 3 months ago, and it comes out in March.
Oh,
so,
they did?
I mean, yeah, it's the same with the new Hellraiser, which also we've got a few new looks
yes,
at,
we've seen some of the new Hellraiser, yeah.
which is cool. I'm excited for it.
I heard, I need to fact check this, I'm not sure, but I think next year, Friday the 13th, is in October. So I genuinely can't think of a better time to release a new Friday movie, so...
Yeah, that would be perfect.
They canceled
Spider-Man.
What?
Spider-Man? The
Spider-Man?
More Stuff edition came out
Oh,
today.
the re-release. Oh, yes. It's
I saw a clip. All I've seen
It's
is that there's more
fine.
Daredevil, which,
it's fine.
worth the price of admission, I guess. McKenna, you sounded like you were going to say something, sorry.
Yeah. They canceled the DC fandom.
Yeah.
That makes sense because they literally have nothing except for like Black Adam and The Flash.
I
Yeah.
would rather die than watch The Rock talk about Black Adam any more than he already has. I've seen him at every
time.
Comic-Con, every video game convention, standing up there doing his little pose where his fist is in his hand, and he goes, "Hey, the power levels in the DC universe are about to shift because I am Black Adam. Buy my merch." It's been that for like a decade at this point.
It literally has.
He even did that for the Super Pets movie, honestly, because he was in it.
In the after credit scene where he literally played every single person in that after credit scene.
He's trying to make it so that a lot of actors will have the superhero role that they're iconic for. Your Robert Downey Jr.'s, your Charles Xavier's, your whatever. He is trying so hard to force Black Adam onto everybody so that he is known not as Jungle Man Adventure Boy, but as Black Adam.
Aside from that, we have a little bit more horror news in Jordan Peele saying the thing about Nope, how there's more stories to tell.
What does that mean?
What? Yeah, exactly.
I'm confused as to how there is. I'm interested.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be a prequel or something. I don't know.
Probably more UFOs maybe around.
Yeah, maybe.
More jean
could make
jackets.
sense. could
I
see
think
that.
one thing would be cool is if this world was just Evangelion, where there's lots of angels.
And they just show up, and then they have to start building robots, and yeah, I'd like that.
I would just like to talk about the whole, this is coming out Tuesday, so it'll be last weekend, but this weekend they're having $3 movies.
Yes.
Ooh.
What do you guys
Yes.
think about that, and why are they doing it?
I love it.
I'm interested.
I mean, I am going to buy my tickets to go see Jaws in IMAX tomorrow, so
Oh, I already have. I'm excited.
Because my dad's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Dad. It's like a couple days late when you're listening.
Happy birthday.
But
Happy birthday.
But I was like, what do you want to do? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, Jaws is $3 in IMAX. And he's like, okay.
I think the theaters doing this is a great way to, first of all, get people to be like, oh, it's cheap. I guess we'll go see a movie. And then maybe they'll be like, oh, wow, that was fun. We should do that more often.
Yeah. I think it is a bit telling of the movie industry right now, at least the theater industry, because they're shortening hours in some places and
They're
making
struggling, man. They're struggling.
Yeah, exactly. Like a major one just went bankrupt a week or two ago.
Which one?
One of the chains. I'm not sure. I think it's the one who owns Regal Cinemas, possibly, but I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I think it's a bit telling of the movie industry. I think there's a few movies coming out that'll help give it a boost, because right now they don't have many movies and they just need that bit of a boost, which is why they're doing the $3 thing. So
we are in an unfortunate dead zone right now. Like I think the biggest movie right now is a re-release of Spider-Man, a movie everybody already saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of us saw it 7.5 times.
I wonder who that could be.
I wonder who it could be.
No one here, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so movies this week. Did you guys watch any films? In technically 2 weeks, but yeah. What did you watch?
I didn't see too many.
I watched a couple. I can start. I watched Superman for this week's topic, but I also watched last night Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, is it for the new haunted house that's happening at Universal?
It's for Halloween.
Yeah.
It's for Halloween Horror Nights. I'm gonna watch all of them before we get. Yeah, it's funny. Like it's not like peak horror. Like obviously I'm a very aficionado of horror, but it's just goofy. I wish we still had some of those kind of horror movies, you know? Just the ones that are, like, camp. Like, some of them have, like, a little bit of camp or camp unintentionally. I want one where someone goes into it like, screw it. Let's just make this as campy as humanly possible. And then it's just, like, wacky, goofy, fun times. Yes. I also watched, I haven't seen any of Ari Aster's movies, but I watched some of his short films on YouTube, which is interesting. Is he okay? He doesn't seem okay. What did his family do? What did his family do to him? Is he okay?
No, he's very... Looking at every single one of his movies, he is very... Like, they all deal into, like, mental health and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think he's okay. Can we get someone to check out Ari Aster, please? One of the shorts I watched. The strange thing about the Johnsons. It's good. It is messed up. It is weird. I don't want to spoil it. It's like 15 minutes. No, it's like 30 minutes on YouTube. Okay. Only watch it if you're not faint of heart. Right?
I'll have to check it out.
It is like a all the way through. I also watched the Evil Dead remake, the 2013 one. It was actually a lot better than I thought it would be. Again, aficionado, especially of Evil Dead, because that's my favorite. It's my baby. But it was honestly really good. Like, it's the one remake that I've seen that I was like, they actually cared enough to do this. Like, they got someone who cared.
See, what I watched this week, I watched 3,000 Years of Longing. It's a new movie by one of your favorite movie directors, George Miller, who, for those who don't know, he directed Mad Max Fury Road. It's okay. It very much lacks the flair of Fury Road, sadly. Like, there's not much quick editing and stuff.
There's
but
not
I don't know.
Big cars. So
it is a different film, yeah.
What is it about? I know nothing about that movie.
It's about a British scholar going to Istanbul and finding a genie, and they each talk about their past. Mostly him. He just talks about the stuff that he's been through and stuff. It's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah. Academy Award-winning director of Happy Feet, George Miller.
And then another thing that I watched, I actually, for the new TV show that actually came out yesterday, I watched all of the Lord of the Rings movies. Not the Hobbits, though.
Holy. Did you watch the extended version or just the normal one?
I watched the extended editions, and they are extremely long.
Yeah, I bet.
The longest one is 4 hours and 20 minutes. I think it's interesting, and I really liked it. Are they the best films of all time? No, But like,
Yeah.
I think they're just a really, really, really solid trilogy. Really good world building and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's got good world building, but it's no Avatar: The Last Airbender world building. That's all I'll say on that.
Anything you watched this week, McKenna?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, so this last week, the final episode of Only Murders in the Building came out, and I've been watching I watched season 1, and then I've been watching season 2 as it's been coming out with my family, and we like to guess what's happening. And
It's a mystery, right?
yeah, it's a mystery. It has Steve Martin, Martin Short, Selena Gomez. I love Steve Martin and Martin Short, so it was a lot of fun to see them back together. But it's funny. It's like a mystery. I recommend you guys check it out. It's really good.
It sounds interesting.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I've heard lots of good things.
Did you hear who got cast in season 3 of that show? Paul Rudd.
Yep.
Paulithan Rudd.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a really good show. It's one of those mysteries where if you pay attention, you could get it, but it's not so obvious. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
it's tricky, but it's really good. Other than that, I haven't really seen many movies. I've been really busy, so.
I mean,
Fair
I
enough.
don't blame you.
Fair
Starting
enough.
college up again and stuff. Yeah.
I finished a show called The Sandman. It's an adaptation
Oh, yeah.
of I've never learned how to pronounce it. It's either Neil Gaiman or Neil Gaiman.
It's Neil Gaiman. But
Oh, okay.
in classic fashion, I am glad you mispronounced a word. It's
Of
like,
course.
It's like an episode trademark.
He's a very famous author who's written lots of stuff. He wrote American Gods. He wrote Good Omens, another TV show that came out a while back. He wrote
Oh,
this.
yeah, I've heard of that.
And he's just, I like his work.
He also was in an episode of Arthur once.
What?
Arthur.
No way.
Have you guys not seen that?
No.
No.
I'll have to show you guys. Neil, it's the funniest clip I've ever seen. I can't describe it to you, but if you're listening, search for Neil Gaiman and Arthur. It's hilarious. Not a movie, but I recommend a YouTube channel I like. Released a really good video this week, so if you have the time, check out Emplemen on YouTube.
Oh, I've been wanting to watch that. Yeah.
His latest video is great. It's about sports, but it rules. It's a great video.
Oh, I have one more thing that I watched.
Oh yes, McKenna.
I
you go.
watched Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, that's like one of the things I have to watch every single time I go, and it was quite amazing. I love the song. It's great.
The Two Brothers.
Yeah, two brothers, one wore blue and one wore gray.
Such a bad. I mean, it's fine. It's great. You haven't even been able to go to the Hall of Presidents in Florida.
No.
It's like
Oh, no.
Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, but way longer and more boring.
That's on my bucket list now.
Good nap, and you get to see robots of like lots of bad people, so that's cool, and some okay people.
Speaking of bad people.
Mainly Teddy Roosevelt.
Speaking
Which
of
one do you
bad.
say that for? For good people or bad people? Because we may have to have a discussion.
He's like, is he the best of a person? No, but he's one of
No.
my favorite presidents.
Yeah, there's worse presidents. Anyways, that'll get
Speaking-
cut out in post.
Speaking
You good? Do you need me to lead in?
Oh my god, I got it.
You good?
Yeah. Speaking of bad people, do you know who beats up bad people?
Who?
Superman.
Yeah.
That's the guy. Yeah, that's the one guy. Yeah.
Let's
I love
start
Superman.
on our conversation on Superman 1, which came out in 1978, directed by Richard Donner. Who wants to give
Yes.
a synopsis?
I can give a synopsis.
Okay.
You know Superman?
Yeah?
Yep, that's it.
That's a fair point.
If any human alive, because I don't think there's a single person on this planet other than maybe like Amish people that don't know who, like, everybody knows Superman. And if
Yeah.
if you close your eyes and think, what's Superman's origin and what would like his first outing be? It's this. That's exactly what it is.
I can give an actual synopsis.
You can give an actual synopsis, but like, I just think it is best described as, you know what you think of when you think of Superman? That's what this is.
It's like traditional Superman though. Like, don't
Yes.
think about Man
Yeah.
of Steel, Superman.
See, I'd say the actual synopsis is basically it's a little kid from Krypton. His planet is dying. His parents realize that, and they send him to Earth through a space shuttle. He finds parents on Earth through Ma and Pa Kent, who are very good people. He has superpowers since he is an alien and stuff, and so he saves people when he moves to Metropolis, falls in love with Lois Lane, saves the world from Lex Luthor, who is a rich billionaire, but he's a smart guy, and so he's evil, and that's about it.
First off, I would love to address everyone to the music of this film.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. That was like the first couple notes I took. Was like,
You guys know who
Yeah.
did the music, right? Like
yeah, it was
John Williams.
Yeah.
John Williams. Okay.
Every time I think I've decided, I'm like, Michael Giacchino is the greatest composer of all time. I watch something that reminds me how great John Williams is.
He's a legend.
The Batman score is like the best superhero score. And then I listen to Superman. Oh, there'll never be any score as good as like The Incredibles. And then I watch Jurassic Park. Like,
Yeah.
there's John Williams just can't be beat. And it's I don't like to admit it. I love Giacchino, but
I think this movie has the most iconic superhero theme. Quite possibly.
I'll agree on. You know what? Yeah, I'll agree.
Like, you can just sing the first few notes and everyone will be like, oh, that's Superman.
Superman. Like I'm trying to think. There really isn't any other superhero like theme song.
I think another one would probably just be Batman is like a really well-known one.
Oh yeah, the
Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of the classic 70s one of the Batman.
See, that's the thing is with Superman, it's this.
Oh yeah, it's this. That's Superman.
Nobody's ever tried to do it differently. But you know, for Batman, there's a couple different ones you could
There's
go
a
with.
couple.
You could go with the recent one. You could go with like when I think Batman, I don't think of it from the movies in the 70s or the 80s, 90s, whatever it is. I don't think of the Tim Burton Batman theme. I think of it as the Lego Batman games intro. Which,
That's
you know, yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, the music in this is just a knockout. It's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Let me pull up my notes.
It's really good music.
I think one of the main things we can talk about is the absolute perfect casting in this film.
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah.
yes.
For what this well one, that's just Superman. They got real Superman.
Yeah, they did.
They found him. I actually went into a deep dive about Christopher Reeve after I watched the movie,
Yeah.
and I personally didn't know about all the stuff that he went through afterwards, like not fully at least.
Yeah.
So
Aw,
that,
that's so
and I
sad.
watched a video of him at the Oscars, and I just kind of cried.
What was I gonna say? McKenna, you've picked two movies so far for this show. They're both about aliens. Are you an alien?
No. Anyways,
Okay.
yeah,
Fair
actually,
enough. All right, whatever.
actually, so my dad is a huge fan of Superman, obviously, since
Your dad seems like a Superman fan.
Oh yeah, he's watched all of Smallville, and he watched these movies growing up. But actually, in a way, I actually kind of got my name through this movie with Christopher Reeve.
Wait, how so?
Yeah.
Oh.
So my dad watched this movie, and he really liked Christopher Reeve, and he heard that Christopher Reeve was in another movie called Somewhere in Time, and in that movie, it has a character named Miss McKenna. So
That's funny. Look at that.
That's a great
actually
origin
rad.
story of your
Yeah.
name.
So I like to write down lines from movies when I like did notice them or I think they're funny. The best line in this movie is not even a line. It's a noise. It's when he puts the robe on Lex Luthor and he's like, wait till you put my robe on outside of the pool. And then he goes, like like he just watched someone get shot in the street, but and it gets cut off.
It gets cut.
Like, it's so
funny.
Oh my god, it's great.
This movie is like really funny. Like there's a few lines, like just the entire scene of Superman and Lois flirting is really funny.
Yeah.
There's a line there's a line that's just fresh fruit, get them while they're hot, which is just a thing that somebody says in the background, and I'm like, what does that mean?
There's the fruit stand guy outside of the Daily Planet, who I think is in both movies, if I'm not mistaken. But he's just sitting there outside of this news place, not like selling apples or anything. He's like, melons, get your fresh melons here. Like, what?
Well,
like, they were just having fun, you know? And this is great.
I think something really funny is when they ask, when they're in Mr. White's office, and he's like, you gotta find me his favorite baseball team. He's about to answer. He stops himself from answering, and I noticed that.
What's his favorite team?
The Mets, baby.
I'm like, oh my gosh, he was about to answer as Superman.
Love the Mets.
The Mets. The special effects, it's like kind of cheesy, but
it's so cheesy, but I love it.
It works in this sense.
I mean, it's from the 70s.
I love it. It's great.
From the 70s. And like it's wild to me how great everyone was in this. Speaking of people, so Lex Luthor's guy henchman, whose name escaped, Otis.
Otis.
I always like to look at actors and see like what else they've done. Otis's actor played Lotso in Toy Story 3.
What?
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Yep. Just thought that was funny.
I'm so mad. When we get to the second one, I'm very mad that they like cut him out of the movie.
Where
basically.
was he?
I'm so mad.
He got left in prison.
He was like the funniest part of the first one.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, like it's kind of wild that some of the things they just show you in the first movie and just don't really acknowledge. They're like, hey, look at this kid that just crashed from space. His out. Have a look at that.
Kaden.
Like, they show it. And I was like, what? Why? You didn't have to.
I mean, in the 70s it was a lot different. Yeah.
And then in the train tunnel, they're just like, hey, watch a whole murder. Watch a whole, like, just watch
it
a man
right now.
Watch a man get crushed by a train. Anyways, look at Superman. He's flying. Like, that's... I was like, oh, never mind. Superman is flying. Like, that's...
This movie is surprisingly, like, dark sometimes. Like, the fact... Spoilers for a 50-year-old movie. Lois Lane dies in the end.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah.
And, like, the time, like, going back in time.
And then he just reverses time.
Going around the planet and reversing
it was goofy, but it was a good scene, honestly. Like, to show
it was
Superman / Clark, who had been totally, like, hunky-dory, happy guy the whole movie, showing him get, like, furious.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was a good scene.
Loved it.
I prefer this one. I prefer this happening when Superman gets mad after Lois dies to other things that happen after Lois dies and Superman gets mad.
I wrote down for Superman 2 a specific quote from the movie that made me think that Zack Snyder has never watched a Superman movie.
Possibly.
Yeah. Like, I'll get to it, but yeah.
I think one thing this specific Superman movie gets perfectly is the fact that as much as he's this super powerful guy, he's just a regular dude, and I just love it so much. He's like lots of people are like, oh, Batman has no powers and stuff like that, but I'm like, Superman's more human-like than Batman is and stuff like that, and that's what I love about him, because he's just a guy.
Let's talk about a little bit about Lex Luthor.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah,
Lex.
Played by Gene Hackman.
Yeah, he does a great job.
He does a surprisingly good job.
He did really good.
He's the best Lex Luthor we've had out of the two.
Out of the three.
There's three?
Do you not know about Kevin Spacey?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
You know what I always forget? So
what?
It's this movie, the first Superman, the second Superman, And then there's a third and fourth Superman, right? But we don't, we forget those two, and we go straight to Superman Returns. And that's just like the timeline. It's so weird to me.
Plus, I'm pretty sure Smallville is technically supposed to be a prequel on this Superman, isn't it?
No, he's not.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know Smallville.
I have never seen Superman 3 and 4, but I don't think I've ever heard somebody go, hey, you know, it's not as bad as people say. No, it's
I don't want to.
No, it's not good.
I think I want to watch 3 because that one has Richard Pryor in it, and I'm like, what does he get up to?
What is he doing that?
I can't remember. If the third one might be the one where he fights his evil self, or that might be the fourth one.
Yeah.
Or the third one.
No, I'm pretty sure that is the third one.
They did Bizarro in live action?
No, it's not Bizarro. It's like a
What?
different. Yeah, it's like a different thing where like his person
So you're telling me
gets separated or something.
They do. There's 2 canon versions of basically evil Superman with Zod and Bizarro, and they go, let's just make our own. Let's just do our own.
Or that's the one with the cyborg lady, which I did not like when I was little. Or that might be the fourth one.
The what?
The cyborg lady. It was really weird. In like the mountain. Oh. So the third one is the one with the cyborg. Anyways, but it says Superman suffers a nervous breakdown and splits into 2 beings.
It just happens one day. No cause. It just happens. You wake up and you're split into 2 people. I hate when that happens. I wanted to say, this movie may be the best adaptation of a superhero, and that's a big thing to say, right?
It is.
But I do not think that any other attempt at a superhero movie. I see your finger raising, McKenna, and I'm gonna talk about Spider-Man.
No, I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
Oh,
but because I was gonna say the only one that I think comes close. There's 2, Spider-Man 2 and the Batman. I think those are specifically Spider-Man 2. I think Spider-Man 1 is good, but I think Spider-Man 2 really hits it. You know, but I think this not only understands the character, it understands the feel of Superman.
Oh yeah.
Like it gets, because obviously it came out around the time he was like at his most popular. But this is, like, it's him. That's, you know, and I think it genuinely is the best, like, performance in it. One of the best performance in a superhero role ever, I think.
Everything in it, it's very similar to the Batman or to Spider-Man 2. Specifically Spider-Man 2 mainly, because, like, I know lots of people think of, like, The Dark Knight for the Batman.
Yeah.
But for very much comic fans, I think they'll always think of the Batman. I think those 2 specifically in mind with this one, because the music is absolutely perfect for the character in all 3 adaptations.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The performers are really great as well, and just like the entire feel of the movie feels perfect for these specific characters.
It's like the message, though. Do you realize, like, the main message with all 3 of those films?
No.
It's pretty much understanding, like, using your powers for the good of, like, the people. That's pretty much the message of all 3 of those films, and they're, like, the best ones,
Yeah. And they each do it in a unique way, honestly, I think.
And that's why I think the MCU is almost lackluster when it comes to things like this. Because the message for every superhero is, we just saved the planet from blowing up. And that's every single movie, is, the planet's gonna blow up. It didn't blow up.
There's a few that specifically stick out in the MCU, but even so, they don't do it nearly as much as these other films.
And in like the specific Marvel films that I think I would say are the best of them, they are nothing like their comic counterparts. I mean, granted, nobody's ever read a Guardians of the Galaxy comic, so who knows if the characters are accurate. And I can tell you for certain that that's not Thor, but like you know, but I think this, and again, Batman and Spider-Man, Batman Spider-Man, do get it just absolutely correct. Have you guys ever seen Batman Spider-Man?
I have,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was like, did I just make a reference that went over? Okay, but Batman Spider-Man. But yeah.
Well, okay, one thing that I would like to bring up really quickly about the first one before we move on to the second one is, why does Jonathan Kent die of a heart attack?
Yeah.
I wrote it in my notes. I said, he's dead. And no easily avoidable tornado death? What is this?
What? Exactly. He dies of a heart attack because that's like the only thing that he can't prevent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a huge lesson that he has to learn. In Man of Steel, easily he could have just run out there and been like, oh yeah, I like barely made it out of there with my dad. It makes me so angry.
Yeah.
Superman can save basically everybody. Like, even, like when there's the bomb in the Eiffel Tower, he doesn't just, like, punch it. He takes it up to space. Rather than a certain other film where,
Yeah, but in that moment, it also shows us that Superman can't save everyone.
Yeah.
But he does try his best to save everyone possible.
I always like to think about what the perfect adaptation of Superman would be. Again, this pretty much checked all the boxes. I just have a couple things I would do in my own Superman movie. One I think I would do is give Pa Kent, I would have him get cancer and die of that, right?
Oh, an interesting take, but it's like the same thing.
Because then it's not as like sudden and like, oh, he's dead now, you know? It like it can allow for some more emotional development for Clark, you know, and
I wish John Kent had said, like, I wish he didn't really feel like an important part of it. Like, he was there, but like I wish he was in it more.
Have you ever woken up and realized that all my stuff is so boring? All my shirts and coasters and shower curtains and face masks and mugs are all very boring and have none of the properties that I like on them? Well, do we have the website for you? OnceUponAT.com. They sell all that. They sell all that with your favorite nerdy stuff on them. And every week they have a select number of designs that are cheaper on everything. And they vary from a lot of different properties, from things like Star Wars and, right now, Halloween themes. So go and buy some stuff, why don't you? To buy the shirt and help out us and Once Upon a Tea, go to our description and you'll find the link there. And if you don't find the link in the description, check our link tree, which is on our social media. Alright, sorry for the interruption. Buy shirts, and have a good day. I love you. Some other things I would add. I think I've told both of you this already, but I heard this idea from a listener of this podcast, a friend of mine, Tyson. His idea was to make the Kents Jewish, because the original creators of Superman were Jewish, and it would just be interesting to have that sort of, you know, that part of the character. It wouldn't define just who he is, like with some heroes, but like it would be something I think I would add.
In the second movie, I think he like saves someone, and someone in the background goes, "Wow, he's so nice. He must be Jewish." And I was like, "Oh, that's a cool callback."
Wait, really?
Like that, I think,
Wait, really? I never heard that.
Yeah, but I also, Jimmy Olsen should always be a young bumbling idiot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
Always.
I wish. Okay, I'm really happy we did have Jimmy Olsen because you know he's been gone, or he's been killed off. Or he's been killed off 5 minutes after we meet him. But we need more Jimmy Olsens.
One of the best redheads out there.
Shout out to the redheads. All right. Do you guys have anything else to say about the first Superman?
About one, it's good. It's really good.
It's just really good.
Really good.
It's a great movie.
I can say one thing. I just want a Superman movie like this today so badly.
Yeah.
But so let's move on to Superman 2, since we had
Superman
2 double features.
McKenna, I would like to ask, I believe during the episode last week you said you wanted us to watch this movie for a specific scene. Could you please explain?
Okay, so this movie, so when I was younger, I liked the second one a lot more than the first one. But I like the first one a lot better than the second one now. But when I was younger, I really liked the second one, probably because it had the main vibes of the second Spider-Man with losing their powers and stuff, and my little me loves seeing that.
That's a good point, yeah.
But one of my favorite parts is when he doesn't lose his powers, but Zod and like his two henchmen lose their powers, and Zod's like, kneel before General Zod. And he takes his hand and goes, and Zod goes,
like, he does. He makes the same sound for like 20 seconds. Like, like, it's great. And I thought, so you told me, you were like, oh, the scene where it's like kneel and then like something funny happens. I thought you were talking about when he's in the building and they go to fight Superman. They go, "You will kneel," and then it smash cuts to them jumping out the window. It was just such a comedic like cut. It was great.
There are so many comedic moments in the second movie.
Yes, there are.
It's a comedy.
I do think the first one's a bit funnier, like unintentionally funnier.
I agree.
But I think this one's definitely trying to be a bit more of a comedy, which I've heard. Apparently, I didn't actually end up watching the Richard Donner cut, because this one was...
It's darker.
This one was directed by a different person. I'm not sure who.
And the music wasn't done by John Williams.
Yes, but apparently Richard Donner, the director of the first movie, made his own cut a few years later. I think he was originally directing the movie, but had to leave. And he made his own cut of the movie a few years later, and I've heard it's a bit more serious.
It is,
so I would like to eventually see that later.
Sounds interesting. Also, I was looking at Letterboxd, and I just wanted to point out, I believe this is the first movie we've covered that all three of us gave the exact same rating.
Really?
3.5 out of 5.
Wow.
That's,
We're all agreeing here. One of the other reasons I really liked this movie when I was little was the whole Eiffel Tower scene. I think the main reason
the Eiffel Tower scene's
I
good.
think the main reason I liked this movie a lot more when I was younger was because it was bigger, I think, like a bigger spectacle, and then also he like went to multiple different places rather than staying in one city. Like they went to Niagara Falls, they went more into like the Fortress of Solitude, Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I like the Eiffel Tower scene. I really like before it. Clark goes into the office. He's like, "Hey, boss, what do you want me to do today?" He's like, "Hurry, I need you to write a quick story. Write about terrorists." Like, usually if you need, like, someone to write a fill-in story, it's like, "Hey, can you write about the ducks in the park?" It's like, "Hey, Clark, come here. Could you write just a quick, we just need to fill some space. Terrorists. Also, Lois would have been going up those stairs at the Eiffel Tower for, like, an hour and a half. Ding! Like, I just thought that while I was watching, because I've been to the Eiffel Tower, and I was like, yeah, she would have been, like,
Uncle Vernon's in this movie. He's not only terrorizing young wizard people, he's also terrorizing the Eiffel Tower.
What?
He's Uncle Vernon, the actor for Uncle Vernon from Harry Potter, is one of the terrorists.
That's hilarious.
I was watching it, and I was like, hold on, that looks like Uncle Vernon, and I looked it up, and it was him.
I love how you can just recognize him from that.
So there's a lot of moments, and we're gonna bounce around a lot, I think. But when Zod is just saying, like, this small town in Idaho for no reason in particular, is it Idaho or Texas or whatever? One of the kids that talks to him is British. He has a British accent. I'm like, we're in the middle of America. Why are you British?
Oh yeah, please sir, like, put down my papa.
I think it's funny how the main villain with the two silly henchmen worked so well in the first movie that they're like, I don't know, man, just give Zod two silly henchmen.
One of the weirdest things that is, like, it pops up every so often is Superman throwing his symbol. Like, it happens every so often, and I'm like, what?
I don't know. I think it's from this. I've never seen it anywhere other than here, and when they made fun of it on Family Guy. Like, that's it. When he just throws the cellophane S and, like, traps the guy. I was like, what? Why? Why did that happen?
Yeah.
It's one of his powers.
Okay, hold on one second, guys.
Holding on.
Okay, so this Superman, based off of the second movie at this point, can travel back in time. He throws his silicone S. He can memory erase people with a kiss. He can clone himself. He can teleport. He can disappear.
This is like when they did Deadpool in Origins Wolverine, and they're like, I don't know, man, just make up some powers.
Just give everything.
I don't know, man. let him teleport or whatever. Like,
I think it's kind of funny because in the first movie, he actually doesn't have the super breath or the laser eyes.
Yeah,
They actually never
that
use
later.
it. But in this one, they do. And they're like, just add more powers. That's all.
And then also, based on what Zod can do, he can do telekinesis, apparently.
my favorite thing Zod did was blow and do super breath for literally 5 minutes.
I know.
I sat there. I was kind of tired because I did this at work last night, watching, and it just was like 5 minutes of people going, "Whoa, the wind!" and like people did the same like somersault roll over like 200 times. I was like, why?
That guy in like the phone booth though, he was a fun part to watch. Okay, no, but like his line was just like that's what his line was.
Yeah.
That's what he kept saying.
I wrote down my favorite line from this movie. It was, I believe, it was at Niagara Falls, and Clark looks at Lois and goes, "Hot dog?" And she goes, "Hot dog." And he goes, "Hot dog." It just made me laugh. It just said hot dog 3 times in a row with different inflections, and I was like, that's funny.
I think a funny scene in this is when they're obviously it's when they're in the hotel and it's like it's a honeymoon hotel basically,
Yeah.
and the bed starts shaking and he goes, "Whoa, it's alive!" And I'm like,
That one felt like it wasn't in a script. It just happened.
Yeah.
That
like
felt
I don't
just-
think. I don't think he knew that the bed moved, and he was just like, I don't know what to say to this, so it's just alive.
I wrote down in my notes, I was like, this is one of the best love stories I've ever seen. About halfway through the movie, I wrote that. And by the end of the movie, I changed my mind. It was not very good.
Yeah.
They squandered all of the goodwill that they had at the start when it came to the Clark and Lois scenes.
That's a question I have. I can understand how Lois is in love with Superman, but I don't understand how Superman is in love with Lois.
I think he just thinks she's fine as hell.
Oh, okay. Well, Clark Kent and Superman's hair part is on opposite sides.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I didn't notice that
Funny.
throughout the movie.
Oh.
That's interesting. That's cool. Also, apparently...
Then how did she notice when he took his glasses off?
How? Apparently, also, Christopher Reeve was walking through, like, a canteen in his Superman costume, and, like, females were apparently swooning over him, and then he went out in his, like, Clark Kent costume, and, like, no one was bothering to look at
I would
him.
have swooned either.
Yeah.
Christopher Reeves was a fine man. Those are some of, and don't tell my boyfriend I'm saying this, those are some of the prettiest eyes I've ever seen. Christopher Reeve's eyes were piercing. I was like, I'm blushing. This guy's cute.
Also,
Like,
he's just extremely charismatic, too.
he is.
Oh, I
What a
forgot.
sweetheart.
I forgot to mention this about the first movie. But how much do you think this movie made?
I'm gonna guess that it was like a really low amount. I'm gonna guess like 50 million.
50 million? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm guessing 200 million.
200 million? Okay. 300 million. It made 300 million.
Oh.
Superman made a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't know why I expected it
Oh,
to be
yeah.
a low number, but yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. My last thing, my actual favorite moment from Superman 2 was when Lex Luthor is in the Oval Office and he sits down with a giant cigar. That's like my favorite image ever. I already memed it. It's my favorite. He's like, Australia! Like, that guy rules. But, so there is a line in Superman 2 when Zod is trying to think of how to defeat Superman. And it's when he says, his weakness, he cares. He cares about these people. And I'm like, huh. I don't think Zack Snyder watched this. I don't think Zack Snyder watched this movie. I don't think he did. And like the way that this Zod fight is compared to the Man of Steel one is this one is all about Zod destroying and Superman stopping the destruction. It's barely until it gets to the Fortress of Solitude. Like they don't even from what I remember, there's very little like actual Superman versus Zod. It's mostly Superman trying to quell the destruction, right?
Yeah.
However, Man of Steel is basically a Dragon Ball fight in the middle of a city. Why?
And not only that, it's a completely different like look at the character. Like it completely gets rid of all of like mainly like there's a bit of humanity near the beginning, but like once he becomes like Superman, fully Superman, he just kind of loses his humanity. It feels like, and it's like
Superman is the most human superhero.
It's
he's an alien.
It's the thing where like the one thing keeping him from going like crazy and stuff, it shouldn't be Lois. It should just be his humanity.
What does Superman represent?
Truth, justice, and a better tomorrow.
He represents hope. That's literally his symbol. He represents hope. What's kryptonite? It's doubt. A little bit of doubt can hurt hope. And it makes me really mad when people change that and they're like, yeah, but what if hope was bad? They're like President Snow in like the Hunger Games, where he's like, hope can ruin our society. It's like, yeah, but what if Superman was bad? What if we had no hope? And what if Batman?
Yeah.
Like,
by the way, we're not just
work.
talking about Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder is the one who brought it kind of into the mainstream of like kind of darker, evil Superman.
He made
kind of
ruining Superman hip.
But like we're talking about Injustice. We're talking about.
I think the only, like, one of the few, there's two that I think get it absolutely perfect when it comes to evil Superman. And that's The Boys, the TV show specifically, and it's Kingdom Come. Because Kingdom Come isn't even evil Superman, so to speak, right?
It's just a Superman who's kind of lost hope.
It's a pragmatic Superman, I guess. I think that's what pragmatic means. I don't know. But it's a Superman who is at his wit's end and is doing the last thing he can to keep hope up, and that is wrong when you look at it. And also, I guess, honorable mention to Invincible. That one counts.
Oh, yeah, Omni-Man.
Invincible is good because that one's less. It obviously is like Superman powers, but he's obviously not Superman at all.
No.
Yeah, and that's like Homelander is obviously supposed to be Superman, but that's why I think.
But he's way more complex.
Yeah, and his whole shtick is not what if Superman was evil. What if it's more what if someone super powerful like Superman could snap at any moment, I guess. You know, it's like it's not like Brightburn, which was literally just a rip-off of Superman, but what if evil, you know?
Yeah.
So this was both of your guys' first time seeing this movie. Most people our age, I feel like, or even like obviously younger, probably haven't seen this movie. And I think most people just don't know who Superman is and like what he stands for. With all these superheroes today, all we're getting is just these anti-heroes they're just comedic, and like they'll accidentally blow up something and be like, well, that just happened.
Yeah, you don't ever see them. You don't ever see them save people. Like, not helping somebody who's close to them. Just helping random people who they don't even know.
Yeah, superhero movies today, we're missing that. All we get are just big events.
I don't want to keep harping on Marvel as a company and the movies they put out, but when was the last time you saw a Marvel hero just save somebody?
The main one I can think of is Avengers.
Like, that might be it, right? Like, maybe Age of Ultron, I would say. Like, it feels like... I'm trying to remember specifically, but I can't think of a moment where a hero in the MCU, out of the goodness of their heart, just helped somebody.
There's a few, but they're all from like very early.
Like nothing to do with, Spider-Man. I really love Spider-Man, but the MCU.
Spider-Man: Homecoming. That one does.
That one does to an extent. But kind of what he's doing there is proving that he can be a hero by himself. And, like, why can't it just be, I want to save these people? Yeah, because.
And, like, that's why I think the MCU is just not as good as older superhero movies.
Obviously, they're entertaining and stuff, and obviously that's why they make lots of money. But none of them feel like they have the heart that some of these other superhero movies do.
Yeah.
Which even though some of them may not be like the most amazing movies, like Superman, like Spider-Man 1, and like they're not the most amazing movies.
Yeah.
But they have this heart that you cannot deny, and like that's what makes these movies, honestly, is the fact that these people care.
it's kind of funny. I believe this is the first time we've talked about like a comic book movie on the like had a whole discussion dedicated to it. And I think you can tell watching a superhero movie when they have read the comic and when they have not.
Yeah.
Because this one felt like the classic Superman comics. The Batman felt like a lot of comics. Watch any MCU movie in the past.
Not just any MCU movie. DC movies are also
DC too. Yeah, exactly. Like Zack Snyder has not read a single Superman, and I mean it's funny because Batman, like Tim Burton, has never read a single Batman comic, and like you can kind of tell, like you can see, like it's like oh, that's weird, Batman.
As much as Dark Knight, obviously Christopher Nolan has read the comics,
Yeah.
but like that's part of the reason why I think these other movies have a leg up on most of the Dark Knight trilogy is because they feel like they have this very true to their character kind of stuff.
Yeah, and the thing with the Dark Knight is obviously it's like one of the most perfect movies ever made, but it is far from a perfect superhero movie.
Yeah.
And farther from a perfect Batman movie.
I think...
Bingo, that's it.
What are superheroes supposed to be in general? Like, what's the whole point of having superheroes?
There's something for everyone to look at and be like, Spider-Man specifically. I think Spider-Man is one of the most well-written superheroes from comic base because it's the idea of seeing yourself in someone who can help the world and who can help people.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's that anyone can wear a mask.
Exactly.
Kind of
and what are we missing so much today? We're missing just those good superheroes who can just help anyone, and just like bad guys like Lex Luthor in the first one and even Zod in the second one. They're just bad for the heck of it.
They don't like Luthor barely, like he never fully explains his plan until like the last like 10 minutes.
I think his main thing is just money.
He's like, I'm the best villain. What about it?
I want Australia.
Come kill my partner about it. I'm Lex Luthor. Like, and it just, there's like nothing. I don't know when it stopped.
Like, it's not even just like, it's mainly a Superman thing, but it's just a superhero thing in general is the lack of heart and stuff like that.
And I think it was no better shown than when the Superman and Lois TV show came out. And there was that scene that went viral almost immediately where it shows him like stopping a crime and then handing a hat back to a kid, and he goes, "Nice suit," and he goes, "Thanks, my mom made it," and then shoots off. Like, and the reason that went so crazy is because that's something we haven't seen in decades.
Yeah, we don't see it
We
anymore.
haven't seen a hero just be human.
They have to be a celebrity. Like, that's
exactly.
They have to be a celebrity who's like, oh yeah.
They have to be played by one too.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this movie. It
really makes you
Is
think
Superman good?
about superhero movies today, and superhero movies definitely influence the way people act, because it's such a big part of our culture. And I miss those simple superhero movies where you could root for the good guy without thinking.
But like Superman Returns, if that one is what I think it is, it'll not be great.
Have you not
But, like,
seen Superman
Man of
Returns?
No, I've never seen Superman Returns. I was gonna watch it, but then I almost didn't finish watching both of the ones for this week.
You have to complete the trilogy, Kaden.
I will. So is it actually like a canonical continuation
Well,
of
it
this?
is.
That's weird.
It's a homage / sequel.
Yeah. But Man of Steel sucks because Man of Steel and
Like, here's the thing: is Man of Steel an okay movie? Like, yeah, it's pretty well made and stuff like that.
Something.
But is it a good Superman movie?
No.
It is not a Superman movie.
The sad thing is,
It is not.
It's not. The sad thing is that I love Henry. However you say his
Henry
last
Cavill,
name.
yeah.
I
Henry
love him
Cavill
as
would
Superman.
do amazing as Superman.
Yeah, I love him,
Yeah.
and I wish we could just have a good movie with Superman with him.
Let him just have fun.
Yeah, why does he have to be bad?
Shazam was allowed to have fun. Why can't Superman have fun?
Going back to Injustice, because Bailey talked about this, I do like how Bailey mentioned that when Lois Lane dies in the first Superman, he obviously is mad, but he tries to find a way to fix it, right? And then And then in Injustice, he's just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm the bad guy now. I'm gonna just take over everything.
Cracks knuckles. I'm gonna kill the Joker.
Yeah.
I'm the bad guy now.
Yeah. My favorite is, I believe it's from an Injustice comic. Like, Injustice is fine. Like, the comics are okay. The games are really fun.
The games are fun.
Yeah, like, I like the fighting game. But, like, I love, there's, like, one panel where Wonder Woman's like, Superman is not a despot. And Plastic Man goes, he's literally sitting on a throne.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen that, yeah.
He's literally a dictator. Like, yeah, it's funny because everyone's trying to do evil Superman, and DC has already done evil Superman a couple times and has already perfected it and done a bad one, so we don't need any more. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we're okay.
Yeah.
We
I'm
understand. We understand powerful
Yeah.
people can become bad, but good people
Yeah.
could have power be good too.
Hey, guys,
Yeah.
we got it. Great power, great responsibility. Got it in 2001. Thanks,
Oh, yeah.
guys. We got it.
Thank you.
Like, but yeah,
Maybe now just show it.
yeah, exactly. This movie was great. I wish it had more Ma Kent. I wish there was a point, like, where he went back to talk to his mom. I think
That would be sweet.
That is such
That'd
an
be cute.
essential part of Superman, I think, is that he's a mama's boy.
Martha.
No.
Martha! But not like that, though. That sucks. That's stupid. God, one day I'm gonna make us all watch the Batman, and then I'm gonna get to talk about bad adaptations of Batman, and I am going to tear into Batman v Superman. I'm going to rip it to shreds.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Overall,
So bad.
it's just
Yeah.
this movie's like an almost near perfect, if not perfect, adaptation
agree.
of the Superman character.
I agree. Thank you for picking this. This is a good choice.
Yeah,
Good
I was
job.
actually really wanting to watch it, so I'm glad you gave me a chance.
Yeah, I literally had it in my HBO watch list. I was like, I'm gonna watch this, and then I didn't, and then you were like, hey, let's watch it, and I was like, okay. So then, yeah,
We need it. A lot, like we were talking about before, a lot of movies these days have just been gray and like trying to think, blah, blah, blah. It's like, why can't we just have a fun movie where you can sit back, cheer for the good guy, and just have a good
Exactly.
time?
For those who have not seen this movie but love superhero movies, watch this right now.
Can I read my Letterboxd review? Because I think I have
I would
Yeah.
like to
nice
hear that.
message.
Yes.
All right. Everyone today doesn't know Superman. You may think you know Superman, but you don't until you watch this movie. Why can't we just have a good superhero who is good? Why can't we just have villains who are bad? Superman stands for hope. He is someone that we need today. I'm tired of all these anti-heroes, all these great good guys. Give me someone who I can trust, who I know will be there to help the people. That's it. The majority of what Superman does is just helping random people. He helps some random girl with a cat. Sure, it's a cliche, but we don't see these type of helping everyday civilians anymore. That's why I love this movie. Be good in the world. Everyone just wants to be freaking happy, so be kind to one another. Stop giving me bad Superman. Give me back good Superman. Christopher Reeve, I salute you. Thank you for being a childhood hero.
Amen.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
For sure.
I believe that brings us to your choice for the
Okay.
next movie.
My choice for the next movie. It's I know y'all haven't seen. There's a specific thing that that this movie is based on that I don't think either of you have seen. But you can watch the movie anyways, even without having seen the TV show. And it's not the best movie, but it's very entertaining, and it
Teen
is.
Titans Go to the movie.
No, it's not. It is Power Rangers 2017.
Oh, I saw that one in theaters.
This
Oh,
is.
it was.
I will be very much talking about it next week
Yeah.
when we do. It's not the
ugh.
best movie at
not.
all, and I don't think either of you seen Power Rangers, like the TV show.
No, I actually was not a fan of Power Rangers as a kid, like, at all. But I saw that movie. My grandma was like, "You want to go see it?" And then I went and saw it, and I was like, "That wasn't great." But
I
got
think
Taco Bell after, so.
I'll be very excited to talk about it next week.
Yeah. It was only a matter of time before one of us picked a movie that was like one of our icons for things we're hyperfixated on.
I think McKenna's broken.
I'm
Okay, Kenna,
speechless. I watched this movie once and I put it down forever.
You didn't think you'd have to revisit it?
No, but I will for you, Bailey. I don't know Power Rangers,
Okay.
but I will respect you.
I never expected us to specifically look at a movie that was bad.
Maybe you can watch a few Power Rangers movies or Power Rangers TV show episodes, just like the first few. They're all on Netflix.
Like the first few.
Is this movie on Netflix?
No, like the first few episodes. No, the movie's not on Netflix. I don't think.
Okay.
I'm not sure where to watch it.
Which aren't there like a bazillion Power Rangers or something?
There are, but there's the one Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which is the very first TV show, which is what the movie's based on.
Mighty Morph. Okay, I will check out.
Mighty Morphin.
Oh, Mighty Morphin.
Mighty Morbin. Got it.
Okay, I
right.
can't believe you just said that movie.
Having broken my friends, I will let you do the outro, Kaden.
I wanted to announce. I forgot. I wanted to announce something.
What?
We are starting a new kind of segment. Everyone listening, if you want us to talk about something, email us. Whoa! We're going to be checking our email, and we're going to be looking at that for discussion topics before we talk about the main movie, of course, because sometimes we just don't know what to talk about. So, if you have something that you specifically want us to talk about, email us at hyperfixnation@gmail.com. That's right, hyperfixnation@gmail.com. Once more for the people in the back. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to read it 3 times.
All right, and we also have a new Instagram account. It's just Hyperfixnation.
And I believe our TikTok is Hyperfixnation Podcast. I think I had to get that.
We don't have anything out there, but we will.
And it looks like that'll about wrap it up for us here at Hyperfixnation. So don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Hyperfixnation, Instagram at Hyperfixnation, and feel free to email us for discussion topics. And, shit, I forgot what I was going to say. There was something I was going to add to this, but I forgot. That's it. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, give us a rating. Same with Spotify. It really helps us get discovered by more people. In fact, I believe we hit the Apple Podcast charts like at the very, very bottom, but I believe we kind of scraped it. So if you just leave a rating on Apple Podcasts, that'll really go a long way. Thank you all for listening. Say goodbye, you guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
This has been Hyperfixnation. Remember.
All right, everyone. Well, be excellent to each other, something like that, and party on, dudes.